I love y'all. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. I know I'm doing a video in front of a Christmas tree, but guys, I just could not sit back for so long without talking to y'all, because y'all know that I love y'all. I love talking to y'all. I love speaking to y'all. Let your light shine in this world. Never play yourself short. Never dim it, because you need to live it, walk it, breathe it, talk it, because the world definitely needs it. I love y'all. This is Byron Speaking Revolution. Subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter channels. Guys, we out here. We love y'all. If I can assist you guys, let me know. Take care. Peace. What's going on, guys? Byron Smith here. Dedicated, blessed, motivated. Just want to come to you guys just to impact you, to help transform your lives, add some value to your lifestyle. I won't be before you long. I just want to talk about a few things. And I want to talk to you about, don't give yourself the life sentence. Don't give yourself the life sentence too fast. And you're probably wondering, like, what do I mean by the life sentence? Well, let me explain. The mindset, which I've been talking about for a while, in very many of my videos, the mindset is so important. And it's so important that a lot of people really don't understand the psychological effect that the mindset really plays on your overall health, eating habits, lifestyle, family, the way you can treat yourself. And so a lot of people check out of life. As you see in society, guys, a lot is going on. A lot is going on. People leaving the world every day. It's more suicides being committed in today's society versus people are actually murdering or dying by natural causes. And it's so important that you understand that you don't give yourself the life sentence too fast. Don't give yourself the life sentence. Meaning, don't check out of life. Don't give up. Do not give up. Like, so much is going on. And it is not that people are weak, and it's not that people aren't strong enough, and it's not that they don't believe, or they don't think, sometimes it's not that they don't think they can make it. It's just that it's very, 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 very small things. Listen to what I'm saying. It's very, very small. It's not because they're small either. It's like, and it's not because they're hypersensitive. A lot of times people are like, well, you just hypersensitive in life and you just can't take what life gives. And that may be true in some of the cases. A lot of people can't take life blows. But here's where it really comes down to it. Here's where it really counts. It's the heart. You gotta listen to what I'm saying, y'all. It's the heart. It's the heart. The heart is so fragile. It is so fragile. It's so delicate. It don't take very much to destroy a person's heart. It has very little to do with emotions. Because see, emotions and heart is different. Emotion can trickle over a period of time. They can be up, they can be down. But the heart, depending on how you strike the heart, it can either propel you into the next level, or it can put you 6 feet under, depending on how you strike it. The heart is very delicate, y'all. It's very, 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 very fragile. Very fragile. And a lot of times when people go through things in life, i.e. finances, people can't get their way, or life crisis happen, losing a loved one, losing your job, it strikes the heart. It plays an effect. And I want you to understand that you don't give yourself the license too fast. Don't check out of life. Don't be so quick to give up at the very first sign of hardship, or the very first sign you take a blow of unexpectancy, because it happens. Life is not always fair. It's not always fair. It's not always going to be fair. Sometimes life is going to give you what you put into it. If you invest nothing in it, you're going to get nothing out of it. If you invest some in it, you're going to get something out of it. If you invest much in it, you're going to get much out of it. And anxiety will kick in. When you don't have a fallback plan, or when you don't have goals, and when you don't have dreams, anxiety kicks in. And that plays a very, very huge detrimental part on your health. It'll kick in because in your mind, you grind so hard at your 9 to 5 or your 12 to 12 or however your job rotation is. You grind so hard, and sometimes it can be a subconscious state to the point where you don't even realize that anxiety can kick in because you're not thinking about, as you're going through life, you're not thinking about life expectancies or what could happen or what couldn't happen. You're not thinking like that. You thinking like, I'm just gonna keep grinding out hard, grind out hard, grind out hard, grind till I get it. But what if you lose all that? What? Think about it. What if in a day, or better yet, in a matter of minutes, what if your boss came to you and said, we no longer need your services, but thank you, you done put in 10 plus years, and that is all you know. You invested your life putting in hard work, day in and day out, to provide for your family, or provide for yourself, or to take care of a loved one. You put in day in and day out, 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 sun up, sundown, sun up, sundown, sun up, sundown, sun up, sundown. And then all of a sudden, after 10 plus years of hard work and dedication to your profession, this is what you do. No matter what it is, you put in hard work, and your boss comes to you and your boss says, we no longer need your services after 10 plus years. It happens, guys. It happens. It happens every single day. It happens. And then all of a sudden, you don't have a fallback plan. This is all you knew. Think about that for a moment. If this is all you knew, and you lost that within a matter of minutes, how quickly would your anxiety kick in? Think about it. Think about it. Really think about it. How quick would your anxiety kick in? Because see, if you had everything set up to where your life could thrive, the less anxiety you will have. Anxiety is real, y'all. Anxiety will kill you. It'll kill you a lot quicker than a person's opinion. Anxiety is real. Anxiety is real. Anxiety is real. And no person have to just happen when you're grounding out at your job. Life situations. People are getting kidnapped. They're abducting people. They're trafficking. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of things going on. What if you was molested? What if you was raped in a period of your life? What if that life had been happening to you? What if it was so traumatic and traumatizing to you that you felt like you had no way out? Think about it, y'all. Let's really think about this. Have a moment. Have a moment to yourself. Just really think about some events that happen in your life. And I'm not just harping on think about bad events, but just think about a certain period of time in your life where you felt like you wasn't gonna make it. Because it's a lot of people in this world that have things they've been through or have gone through or have experienced a traumatic effect and felt like they had no way out. But just think about it for a moment. What if you was that listening ear? What if you was that voice? What if you was that person on this camera right now, motivating, uplifting, transforming, and impacting? What if you was this person? What if you were this person that had this gift that you wanted to share with the world? Just what if you was this person? What if? And this person has experienced something so heartbreaking, so dark, so traumatic, so dramatizing, but they felt like they didn't have no way out. they felt like the only way out is to take myself out. Y'all, this is real. Suicide is real. It's happening more rapidly in this day and age and generation than I have ever seen it in my period of growing up. And I didn't really hear about suicide, and if I did hear about it, it had to be something really bad that happened, that a person just checked themselves out of life. And God, this doesn't happen to people who are living a middle class life or who don't have very much. This is happening to people who are, you know, we see on TV that was highly successful, that entertained and gave America a great show, that was a light to the world, that we watch through a television. But you never know what goes on in a person's head psychologically. You never know what goes on in a person's life to where they go, but they don't take time out for self-care. Sometimes people just need you to listen to them, no matter what level they may be on. Like, it breaks my heart when a person comes to me with a problem and say, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Byron, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this. I feel like nobody cares. I feel like nobody wants to listen to me. And you know what I do? I don't care if I had 50 million things on the list to do for the day, or the week, or the month. When a person says that to me, all that cease. It cease. Because whatever I got going on in my day, God saw. He saw it befitting for me to run into an individual or somebody I may know to take time out of my day to say, Byron, you need to listen. Or just hear this person out. Get this person some guidance. Get this person a hug. Show them more love. Y'all, showing love can break any barrier. I'm telling you. I don't care if it's a friendly I love you, a hug, a gesture, encouraging word. Y'all, it's real, y'all. It can break barriers because you never know when a person's on the brink of it. You just never know. And then, guys, think about it like this when it happens. Let's say if it happens, and when it finally gets out and everybody hears about it, like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened to that person. Wow, I never would have thought. I never would have thought. They were so happy. They were so jolly-go-lucky. They loved loving on people. They were very friendly. They were very polite, mannerable, respectable. Think about it, but then think about if it happened. Think about if you saw that person 2 days ago or a day ago, and all you did was exchange friendly gestures versus having a quick 5-10 minute conversation just to see how they do. That's why I tell people all the time, I don't take that word friend lightly. And I don't call everybody friend either. Please don't be offended. I don't call everybody friend. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have levels to it. An acquaintance, a friend, a brother or a sister or family. I got levels to it. I don't call everybody friend. But whether you in my circle of friends or not, whether you was a complete and total stranger, I'll still talk to you. I'll still listen to you. I will still love you. I'll still encourage you. I'll still care about you because your life matters. I want you to know your life matters. Like, motivation is one thing. But when you get the motivation, I need you to keep the fire and the fuel going. It's one thing to be motivated, but I also need you to know while being motivated, your life matters. Your life matters. Don't be so quick to give yourself the life sentence. Don't go out here making mediocre choices or bad behaviors or an instant action based off an emotion that would give you the life sentence. Because see, a life sentence is not all about going to prison or going to jail. A life sentence can be thriving in the world for 30 or 40 years and being unfulfilled in purpose. Don't give yourself that life sentence. Don't give yourself the easy life sentence, I'm gonna commit suicide. Don't give yourself the life sentence of committing a quick action based off emotions that will have a lifetime effect and consequences. Don't do that. Don't go out here and hurt another person to make yourself feel big. Because deep down, you're this small. And probably smaller than that. Don't beat other people up for doing good. Don't beat them up when they make bad choices. Instead, uplift them, take them by the hand and talk to them. Pray with them, it works. Love on them, it works. Giving them sound advice and letting them know, although you made this mistake, it can be forgiven because you still got breath, you still have air, you still alive, you still among the earth. God can change all things. All things. He didn't say I can change some things, somebody make a mistake. He said all things. Let forgiveness reign in your heart. Because it doesn't hinder, if you're grudgingly holding on to something, that doesn't hinder that other person from getting any sleep. It doesn't hinder them from going about their lives and whatever they got to do on a day-to-day basis. But it hinders yours because it comes from your mind. Your mind cannot focus and settle when you're dwelling on idle things. Don't let your mind dwell on idle things. Let forgiveness reign in your heart and say, I still love you. And go on. I still love you. And go on, because when you start thinking like that and you start letting that become part of your livelihood, I promise you, you will stop getting hurt by every single little thing. You'll stop getting hurt every time life punches you in the mouth. You'll stop getting hurt when you lose things. And don't always look at losing things as a bad thing, because you never know what door God is about to open. Like, guys, I told you a lot. I've been through a lot. Like, I went through a lot. In my life, I've been through a lot. You know, I've been through the whole soul searching, seeking deep down, you know, what's really my purpose here on earth. I've been through that, you know, and that takes some time, because you got to figure out you. Y'all, I've lost homes. I've been evicted. I lost cars. I remember a point and period of place in my life, guys, where I didn't have money. And in the little money I had to make a decision whether to put it towards something or feed myself. Guys, I've been in that position before. You're not the only one out here, I promise. But you gotta encourage yourself sometimes. Because sometimes you may be in that dark place and the only light you see is yourself. You gotta embrace the pain. Like a lot of time people don't want to talk about their lives and what they've been through, but guys, I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here for it. I promise. I'm transparent. I can talk about my life. It was my life. You know, it was at point in times where I had to call upon that friend just to help me out. Like, it's real, guys. It is real. I was in a place in my life and a point in time where I didn't want to get up out the bed. I didn't want to see another day. I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to see the sunrise, because I was in that dark place. I was there. I didn't want to see it. I struggled to put myself through college. I had to go through that. I know what it's like to eat ramen noodles and not have a full course meal. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to just sit up and be encaged inside your own mind and be taunted and tortured by the thoughts that conjure up because it hurts so bad inside. I've been there. I know what it's like to walk on the outside and look like everything's okay, you alright, but on the inside, you're burning up on the inside. You're screaming because you want to get out so bad. I've been there. But let me tell you something. Here's the upside to it. I don't use my story to throw myself a pity party. I don't do that. I'm a fighter. You're a fighter. You have to dig deep on the inside. Because on the inside, there's the gift of the lion. When that pain starts to hit, guys, I'm telling you, because it will. If it hasn't hit you already, it will. It will come. Like, I had to tell myself one more day. And that's why I started telling myself one more day, one more day, one more day, one more day. Because at that point in time in my life, I couldn't tell myself one more week, one more month. I had to focus on the day. I had to focus on that day. Because thinking one more month, if I was in the same spot one more month, I don't know, I would have went crazy. Like, I have had businesses, guys, that was good to me, great to me, crashed and burned. Did I cry over it? No. I took the lesson it had to offer and I kept going. Like, I would never forget a time. Just a quick short story. I was in my apartment. I had not too long relocated back to Alabama. Did good that first year. That second year came around. It came a point in time in my life where it came down to the decision of pay my rent, or no, pay my power bill, or don't eat. And then it was at some point in time, it was like, Byron, you eat, and your baby no clothes, they starve. But you know what I did? I made the best out of nothing. I went 3 months in an apartment one time, guys, with no bed. I slept on the floor. Me and my dogs, me and my 2 Shih Tzus slept on the floor for 3 whole months until we got a bed. Because, and to be honest with you, it was the best time of our lives. We didn't have much. It was that sometimes we didn't have anything. We had God, we had a dream, we had prayer, and we had faith. We made the best out of nothing. The best out of nothing. My Shih Tzus didn't know what struggle was. And let me tell you something, they taught me some valuable lessons. You like, Byron, you gotta be crazy if you learn a lesson from dogs. Of course. Because no matter how many times I went in and out that door, my dog's love and patience and endurance never changed. Every time I walked out that door and came back, their joy to see me was amazing. It never changed. Paws up, jumping, tails wag, I'm glad you at home. They didn't know if I was bringing in bologna or bacon or salmon. They didn't know that. All they knew was, now our family's coming because daddy's at home. That's all they knew. That's all they knew. They taught me valuable lessons out there. Perseverance. Never give up. They taught me that. They taught me so many humbling lessons to the point where I knew I had to do everything in my power to ensure that we all survive. Because their lives depended on me. Nobody else was out here taking care of my babies. Nobody was doing that. If it came down to it, because my heart is so big, if it came down to it, who's gonna eat? My dogs. Yes, I love my Shih Tzu just that much. I do. And that would never change. I've been through it, guys. Don't be ashamed to tell your story. Don't be ashamed of it. Share that with the world. Share it. Don't be ashamed. Don't get so caught up in your life. Don't get so caught up in your life that you feel like you the only one out here that's suffering and going through, because you're not. Don't get so caught up in that. And I'm telling you, I'm about to hurt your feelings, and I apologize in advance. But when you going through pain and you constantly going through, or things just constantly happening, and you know you're a good person, I'm about to hurt your feelings, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you the upside to it, is that embrace it, excuse me, embrace it and run with it. Because here's the thing, you're not that important. When it comes to your circumstances, God will send or a respectable person to talk to you, to push you, to encourage you, to love you, to transform you, to impact, to sharpen you, to pour into you, to bless you. That will come as long as you keep going. But when you have a purpose and investment upon your life, to understand everybody has a gift, but not everybody uses the gift. Everybody has a gift, but not everybody uses the gift. But when you have purpose on your life and pain sets in, you have to understand your life is not that important where you have time to just wallow in self-pity. I didn't have time to wallow in self-pity. I didn't have time to do that. I had to get up, put on my pants, and go to work. I had to do it, guys. I'm telling you, I had to literally put my whole life back on reset. And once I put my life on reset, I instantly set it to autopilot. Because I knew once my jets got off the ground, I wasn't slowing down. Period. Once my jets got off the ground, I wasn't slowing down. Period. Because I never relied on anybody to believe in me before. I didn't rely on nobody to believe in me more than I believed in myself. And I'm telling you the same thing. If you got something that you want to share with the world, I don't care if it's a salon, I don't care if it's a lawn care service, I don't care if it's plumbing. If that's a gift that you got you want to share with the world, put it out there. Turn it into a business. If it's a dream, if it's a thought, if it's an idea, put it out there. Don't sit around and put your whole entire life and your lifeline, the very essence of your heartbeat, into the hands of somebody else. Because jobs are not guaranteed. Life on this earth is not guaranteed every day. People go through hell and they looking for a way out. I'm not looking to spoil you with money. I am looking to spoil you with value. I'm looking to spoil you with value. I'm not looking to spoil you with money. Everybody think if I had a whole lot of money, that'll solve my problem. No, it won't. It's going to bring you more problems. Because if you put it in the hands of a common fool, you're going to have problems. Because you're not prepared mentally. The mindset, you're not prepared mentally to even sustain, let alone produce what you saying what solve all your problems. Money don't solve all your problems. Drugs don't solve all your problems. Alcohol doesn't solve all your problems. Sex does not solve all your problems. Getting out here, beating people up, getting in trouble, getting put in jail, murdering people doesn't solve all your problems. It don't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Having a whole bunch of cars and houses don't solve all your problems. Having a whole bunch of clothes and shoes don't solve all your problems. It doesn't. 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 Don't get caught up in the golden handcuffs. Don't get caught up in the slave mentality, thinking you have to slave to something 40 years of your life and you still living in poverty. You still living mediocre, but you invested so much time into something into working. Don't do that to yourself and then be stuck. And then when you retire or you get the boot, you can't even sustain your life because retirement is not paying enough. Because the body does age, y'all. It breaks down. Don't do that to yourself and then you go out here and say, I live a life of regret because I did so much. Or at least in your mind, you had that thought process that you didn't put your time and your energy into something else. I get it, y'all. Not everybody's built for business, but you have a gift and you're built for something. You're built for something. And please, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with working a job. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't get caught up in the golden handcuffs, y'all. Because if you understand how slavery really worked, guys, everybody was enslaved at some point in time. It wasn't just African American. Everybody was enslaved at some point in time. It still goes on now. Back then, you were sold as property. You were sold as property. That was the physical slavery. Now the modern day slavery is putting a debt chain on your income. It's putting it on your income. Think about that for a minute. Like, I can't play with it. I can't play with it because a lot of people don't understand the golden handcuff. They don't understand it. That's why I say your life is so important. It's so important. It's so important. They don't understand the golden handcuff. Like, they go out here and you will go to an employer and your employer tell you, and I get it, y'all, things change over a period of time. Back then, money had a different value. It has a different value now. If you was back when my grandparents or parents was growing up, you was getting paid $20 an hour, you was rich. You was filthy rich. You was somewhere middle upper class, but you can afford. You weren't doing the best of the best, but you wasn't hurt neither. You was well off. But let me tell you something. It's putting the golden handcuff is the modern day debt chain to your income, or the modern debt chain to your wallet, or ladies, your purse. However you want to put it out there. But that is the modern day slavery. Because guess what? If you go out here and get a loan, if you go out here and get a credit card, guess what? And they say your loan terms is X amount of years. Guess what? You're paying back a debt. You're paying back a debt. And a lot of times people don't think about it like that. Like, oh man, I got approved for $7,000, so I'm gonna go spend the whole $7,000. But my monthly payment, your bare minimum is like $175. Oh, I can afford that. But for how many years you gonna be paying that $7,000 back? That's how they make residual money, y'all. I'm putting it out there because I want you to get the lesson. I want you to get it. And then the other mindset is getting enticed by the dollar. Don't do that. Don't get enticed by the dollar. Oh, I'll start you at $17. You good with that? And then you'll gradually get raises over an increment period of time. But that period of time is your lifespan. The average human lives up on average 75 to 80 for males before they die, and 80 to 85% for women. That's the average. That is the average. So when they say you'll gradually get raises over a period of time, that's your lifespan. So if they say within a year I'm gonna give you a quarter raise, is your life more worth than a quarter? I would hope so. Yes, it is. But that's the mentality people have. That is 99% of the world. 99% of the world is out here miserable because they're not doing what they want to do in life. Or they unfulfilled their purpose because they are not doing what they was called to do in life. And I get it, y'all. It's very fearful. Yes it is. But see, let me tell you something. When I was in those trenches, when I was losing home, when I was losing cars, when I didn't know if I was going to be able to eat this day, when I was down a home, going through problems, bill collect, all that crap. When I was in the trenches, that's when I got serious, y'all. That's when I had to grind. I had to grit it. I had to ride it out. I didn't fold to it. I never fold. Man, that's why I love life. That's why I love what I do in life right now. That's why nothing hardly ever bothers me now. Because you know what I didn't do? I never cheated. Most people want to go through here and want every good thing life has to offer, but they don't want to go through nothing. You can't cheat. I never cheated. So everything that life is opening up to me right now and blessing me with my family, with my overall health, with people that I'm surrounded by with all this light and positive bright energy. The last thing I'm going to talk about is finances, because that's not what's important. That's not what tied my whole life together, was money. All these blessings that's coming to me and my family right now, and the people that's connected to me right now, is because I had to go through it. I had to get in the mud. Like a lot of people, and it kills me when they be like, I want this. How bad do you want it? Like, you can't come to me and tell me I got all these aspirations, because I'm going to start challenging that. Like, how bad do you want it? How deep is the fire? How hard is the passion? But I'm going to start challenging that, like, how bad do you want it? You can't, like, it kills me. Because I honestly and I genuinely do want the best for people. I want the best for you. But I can't want it as bad as you want it. I can't do that. I'm not going to waste time trying to push a dead bear up a tree. I'm not going to take 100 steps if you only willing to take 10. I'm not going to do that. Like, the most valuable thing you have in your life and on your side is time. Because time don't stop. Time don't stop when you're going through, when you can't pay the bill. Time don't stop when you're successful and rich and living la vida loca. Time doesn't stop when babies are born. Time doesn't stop when you're old. Time does not stop. It keeps going. That is the most precious and valuable asset you have. It's time. Manage your time wisely. Get into some stuff. It doesn't matter. Stop being so fearful of failure. It's not failing. It's learning a lesson. It's learning a lesson. It's not failure. Stop being so fearful of that. Stop being so fearful if I start this, how will it work out? Stop trying to figure out the process. The process is not for you to figure out. The process is to carry you and ride you through it. That's why they say enjoy the journey. I'm up here giving nuggets and wisdom. I'm giving you $1 million wisdom for free. I'm giving it to you. Like, stop folding. And I'm strong and I'm passionate in my words because I care. I care about you. Stop folding. Like, I tell my nephews all the time, stop folding. Stop folding. Like, I have a daughter in my life. I have a few of them. This one in particular, I love and I admire her. And she is young. She is young. Her name is Haley. She is young. I'm not going to dive into her story, but I'm telling you, if you ever see her name is Haley Sanders. I'm pretty sure people in Tuscaloosa know her. But if you ever saw her and got to hear her story, listen to her, because she is, I think Haley's 20, if I'm not mistaken. 19 or 20. I'm going to say 20. Sorry, baby, if I got your age wrong. But I'm telling you, she is the prime example of a person who went through hell and high water in her life, but she never folded. She never folded. She's still going hard. She's still going hard. And not just her, my niece. My niece, Shakiria. My niece, my first niece, my heart, my boo sugar, the love of my life. That, if I never had any daughters physically, that one right there would be the closest thing to it. Like, her, she never had an easy life from her birth. And she is young. She's about to graduate high school next year. So many times people counted her out. She had a lot of trouble. She wasn't gonna make it. They didn't know. My baby girl's about to graduate high school next year. My niece. And you know what she told me? We was having a conversation. She said, first she said she wanted to go to the military. She wanted to follow my footsteps. I thought that was admirable. I felt so proud. But I wanted her to know, be sure you're making a decision clearly and consciously, not because you want to follow my footsteps. That is a great thing if you want to serve your country. It's a great thing. But I said, give it some thought. She came back, and she's been thinking like this. She came back, she said, I want to be an entrepreneur like you. I want to start a business. I want to get my plans off the ground. She's the epitome of hard work. I don't even see her every day. But I know life dealt her a lot of limits and she never folded. She never folded. That's why she's getting blessed the way she's getting blessed. She's young. She's still in high school. But she got the mindset that it take people 20, 30 years to get. She got it. She understands the concept. Keep my heart wide, but keep my circle small. She understands it. From a baby, she's been watching me. From a baby, she's 17 years old. And she got more heart than a bull out here. And I'm proud of her. And they're just a few examples. A few examples. Stop being so fearful of it. Don't get caught up in the golden handcuffs. Don't get caught up in that. If you like to write poetry, start doing spoken words. That's the hardest part to it. That's the hardest part to it. LaDainian said all the time, most people never see it or never get there because they're afraid to start. You can't be afraid to start. You can't be afraid to start. Understand that your life is important. It doesn't matter if you were born in the hood. It doesn't matter if you were born in the ghetto. It doesn't matter if you were born on Wall Street. It doesn't matter. Somebody is waiting on you. Somebody is waiting to hear you. Somebody is waiting. Like I tell you all the time, I can't wait to spoil you. They thinking money. I'm not talking about no money. I'm ready to spoil you with value. I'm ready to add value to you. I'm ready to polish you up. I'm ready to kind of dig you out that hard rock and coal that's covering the diamond. I never said when I get you out of the coal or help dig you out of the coal, you're going to be a perfect shape. No, we got more work to do. You never saw a perfect formed diamond just come out the coal. No, we got some work to do. You got some more pain to go through. You got some more growing to do. You got some more lessons to learn. You got to get dirty. You got to get your knees scuffed up a little bit more. Stop thinking that the world owes you something because it don't. Stop thinking that everybody that's successful or got a level to where you're trying to get through, stop thinking everybody's going to spoon feed you. Not everybody's going to do that. I'll tell you quick, if you came to me and we sat down and we had a heart-to-heart meeting about your dreams and aspirations, I'm going to tell you off top, I can't want this as bad as you want. Period. And if that offends you, I don't know what to say. You gotta toughen up. You gotta toughen up. You gotta encallus that mind. You gotta encallus that heart to prepare yourself for the world, because that's what it's gonna do. But then just think about it. If you put your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your business, your gift, the principles that work it together. Just think about it. If you put that stuff into action, you put it into fruition. Just think how many more people's lives you can touch and change. Because all people really want to know, is it possible for me? Yes. Is it possible? Is it possible for me? Yes. Is it possible for you? Yes. Is it possible for us? Yes. That's all they want to know. Is it possible? It was raining cats and dogs outside earlier, but I still hit the crowd. I'm doing a video inside the house because the grind don't stop because it's raining. We just not gonna go outside and do a video. It doesn't stop. I love y'all so much I don't sleep. Oh yes, I love you just that much. I care about you just that much. I don't sleep. On my off days from Harry's, I don't take off days. I'm grinding. I'm thinking about what could be the next thing that can be beneficial, that will help you, will grow you, mold you, teach you, uplift you, empower you, impact you, transform you, motivate you. And the thing about it, guys, I don't write speeches. I get in front of this camera and I let my heart speak. My heart's the mic. That's why the logo looks the way it looks. My heart is the microphone. God is the word master. but my heart is the microphone. I love y'all. Don't get caught up in the golden handcuff. Don't give yourself the life sentence. Don't do that, because you're more valuable. I don't care what friends tell you. I don't care what family members they say to you or about you. I don't care if somebody on the street said you ain't worth 2 nickels. Yes, you are. 2 nickels make a dime. Anything that's in twos is better. But you are valuable. You are important. You do matter. Your life matters. It does matter. It does matter. God said you're my blessed, perfect creation. When he made man, that also includes woman, molded from clay, my best, perfect creation. He loves. So let me tell you something. If you was born into his word, you're not a mistake. Stop letting the serpent of somebody else's tongue intoxicate your life and smother you and kill you with poison. Let somebody who wants to love you and impact you, listen to that person. If you don't know how to do something, find a mentor. We're out here. It's not just me. I'm not the only mentor. It's thousands upon thousands of mentors out here. Learn from them. Grow. Because you deserve the reward. I said you deserve the reward. But nobody's going to give it to you. Something you got to earn. Don't be a sucker. Don't play yourself out here. Don't walk around being a deer in headlights. Don't do that. You're smarter than that. Don't ever let nobody tell you you're not capable. Use my life. Look at it. Think about that. Think about that. Use mine. I never gave up. When God created me, people say he broke the mold. I said, nah, when God created me, he knew he didn't put no quit in me and would never fight hard. I got a lot of fight. I got a lot of heart. It takes heart to do this. It takes faith to do this. It takes determination. It takes heart. It takes love. It takes giving. It takes courage. It takes fight. It takes a lot, y'all. But it's worth it. You going through pain anyway, embrace it. Get a reward from it. Stop folding, stop crying. You're worth it. If I could change anything about my life, the answer would be absolutely nothing. Because if it wasn't for the shaking, if it wasn't for the breaking, if it wasn't for the bruises, if it wasn't for the failures and lessons, if it wasn't for the process, if it wasn't for the pain, if it wasn't for going through, if it wasn't for life events, if it wasn't for situations, if it wasn't for demons that tried to attack, if it wasn't for any of these things, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't be able to sit here, stand in front of this camera and encourage you and impact you and lift you and talk to you about you can make it. If I did it, guys, you can do it too. Keep your mind in check. Don't let your mind and your thoughts be loose cannon. Because if a man is not in control of his own thought, he's facing destruction himself. That's it. Like, I want you to know you can make it. If you ever see me out here, pull me aside and ask me about my life. I have nothing to hide. God said, I know all things, all truths. I have nothing to hide. It was hard, it was tough. It was hurtful, it was painful. It was difficult. But I did it. And I want to leave you with one last thing. I want to go back to a point where I say I lost my last place. I did. But it didn't break me. You know what I did? I kept grinding in my job, but I grinded in my dreams harder. I grinded in my job, but I grinded in my dreams harder. A lot of people don't know. When I lost my last place and I moved back in with my mom for a little bit, I moved out. I was on the street for 8 days. Nobody knew that. I just packed my stuff up and left. Nobody knew that. I eventually got another place, yes. But it was in that time where I had to sit in my car, in my Nissan Altima. It was at that point in time in my life where I didn't fold. But God still allowed His blessings to rain upon my life. I still went to work, and I went to work with joy in my heart because I knew this too shall pass. I knew this wasn't permanent. I knew that. And here's the thing, guys. You know what I did? I launched a clothing. I launched another travel business. I started writing my book to share my story. When I got shot when I was 17, I put it into a book. So just because I was in a difficult place and I went through a difficult situation, the blessings never stopped. I never stopped exercising the gift. I kept going. Think about all the greats you look up to and say, I want to be just like them. Listen to their stories or read their stories. They all went through a level of pain. But I don't want y'all to go out there and mess with that stuff that could destroy you. Destruct you, corrupt you. I don't want you to go out there and get on drugs. I don't want you to go out there and get on crack or cocaine or meth. I don't want you to get on that. I don't want you to go out here and become an alcoholic. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to go out here and be abusive to yourself and others. I don't want you to go out here and feel thoughts in your head that are so dark that you feel like my greatest light is to take my own life. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to feel like your ideal is stupid, that you can't be successful in what God has placed into you. I don't want you to feel like that. I want you to know that you're more than capable, above and beyond all things, that you're more than capable to carry out and perform in due diligence and integrity and in love and in good faith, cheer, and character and joy, that you're able to perform the purpose and the God-given anointing that's upon your life, that you can carry that thing out. Whatever it may be, you have the power. He has given you the divine power to carry that thing out and deliver, because God's word never comes back void. So neither was promised. Ever. Trust the process. Trust your will. Trust God. Whatever you may believe in, I personally believe in God. But whatever you believe in, trust it. If it's good and it burns deep in your heart, trust it. If it's going to help somebody in the world, trust it. Trust it. Trust the process. It will pay off for you. And I'm not talking about this financially, it will pay off for you. Nobody ever told me I was going to be in the camera doing motivational speeches and videos. Nobody ever told me I was going to be an entrepreneur. I wouldn't even know what that was in high school or growing up. I never knew what that was. Nobody ever told me I was going to launch a clothing line with my brand, with my name on it. Nobody ever told me I was going to be a multiple business owner. Nobody told me I was going to write a book. Nobody ever told me these things. Because guess what? If somebody did, it'll probably scare the hell out of you. And you're probably like, no, not possible. And I'm like, yes, you are possible. 99% say it's impossible, but just think about it. You're that 1% possible, because you are. Yes, you are special. Yes, you are capable. Yes, you can do. Yes, you can think. Yes, you are an outstanding, amazing individual. Yes, you are. Nobody told me these things. But when God whispered it He whispered in my ear, and He put it in my spirit, He put it in my soul, it was game over. Because I trust him. I had to trust him in the valley. I had to trust him in the mountaintop. I had to trust him through life. Not in life, because in life you just going by, but through life. I'm talking about from birth to whatever age you are now. I had to trust him through life. I had to trust him in war and in peace. Because I was in the military too. I had to trust him. I have to trust him with this. That he delivered, that he promised the family. I have a beautiful fiance I'm about to marry this year and 1 and 2 wonderful daughters. So trust him. Trust him. Take it from somebody who had everything, lost everything, got it back, lost it again, and have to build it back. Take it from somebody like me, I'm telling you. I ain't charging you a dime to listen to my videos. Because your life is more valuable than a dollar bill. I love y'all. Stay blessed. I hope this helps you, transform you, inspire you, motivate you, lift you up. Especially lift you up and propel you. Not to make you stagnant, but to propel you into your next, whatever your next may be. It could be a promotion. It could be getting married. It could be celebrating the life of a child. Whatever your next is, I pray that this helps you. Yeah, no, you gonna see it. Oh, but that's not. Ah, that's too cute. That's too cute.